Hello, all you wonderful people. So thank you again for helping me support my YouTube channel. I'm sorry for me being undecisive a lot, but like I said in the last one, no one's asking you to watch this except me because you're my best friend in the whole world. Alright, so today's rant is going to be about Gears of War. Alright, so let's get this underway, shall we? The game starts off as follows. You play as a guy named Marcus. Your Hispanic friend named Dominic Santiago busts you out of prison. And then you two go shoot albinos together. Like these fine gentlemen who were trying to kill me. The end. Oh yeah, also there's a black guy and a snowboarder dude. So anyway, naturally, the steaming pile of literature spawned a sequel. And it starts off with your Hispanic friend crying because his wife's missing. Remember her from the first game? Me too, that's why I described her so vividly in my description. So then afterwards, they go underground, and then they shoot more albinos, and then they kill shit and blow more shit up. And then they see a giant worm. And then they decide to go kill the worm by using their chainsaws. Which I had if I didn't lose it. So, shame on me. So then anyway, they go to a laboratory for no reason and find out that it is Marcus's dad's laboratory. Fuck talking, man, seriously. I was always super interested to learn more about Marcus's dad and wish that he was a character. To be explained more. Thankfully, my prayers were answered. This game is so amazingly fucking written. So then afterwards, they go underground after they got what they needed, whatever the fuck that was. And so they went underground and they find your amigo's wife, except she's all fucked up because she hasn't been eating enough of her vitamins. And then Dom shoots her like a lame horse. And then cries. Boo hoo. So then afterwards, they go deeper into the stronghold and then they find the Locust Queen. She's hot for some reason. I don't know. So then afterwards, she explains, "We're going to sink Jacinto." By the way, Jacinto is a city where all the Gears of War live. And, naturally, sinking a city's pretty bad, but it's also fucking manly as shit. So Marcus, no joke, says forward, "Not if we sink it first." And so then they ride away on their magical flying octopuses. What the fuck am I playing? What the fuck is this? There are books on this, So then afterwards, they go back underground and they fight more albinos. Whatever. So then they ride a giant albino T-Rex and then they blow it the fuck up and then they sink Jacinto. And then they all live happily ever after. The end. Haha, just kidding. It's not the end. So you're probably thinking, how did they possibly wrap this whole steaming pile of awesome writing all into one game? Well, Epic thought the same thing. So they hired a novelist to write the third game. And ho 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 man, let me tell you, it certainly does justice to the Gears of War canon. So it starts off with you're on a boat, and then there are these glowy things who are trying to kill you that spawn out of giant plant things. Like, okay, that kind of creates kind of a discrepancy to the viewers. These things just pop out of nowhere with no explanation. At this point, you're just probably like, whatever. I'm not even surprised anymore. So then afterwards, they fight on this boat. Then the boat explodes. Then you play it first. Before all that, you play as the black guy, and then you do black guy things like play football. That doesn't really last too long. And then after all that, you find out that Marcus's dad is alive. Oh boy. So then they hop on a blimp and then they fly off across the world and meet the most irrelevant fucking characters in the entire game. Some old dude and some old lady. And you defend their stronghold. Yeah, you defend that fucking stronghold, you fucking bitch! So then afterwards, they set them on their way and they meet up with the queen who, for some reason, just spends all her day shooting mad looks at Marcus. Like, seriously, let me let that sink into you for a little bit. The queen of an entire race has nothing better to do with her time than to shoot fucking mad looks at random foot soldiers. You guys know there are books of this too, right? So then, afterwards, they meet up with this redneck cowboy guy, and and then he was in the second game, but he's not at all convenient to the plot in the second game. But somehow he's really important in the third game. And I think he's actually more relevant than fucking Marcus is at this point. So then afterwards, they go, oh yeah, remember, before I go any further, remember your Hispanic buddy? Yeah, he's all sad because they went to his wife's hometown, and then he found out that the people have been turned into the glowy things, and so he kills himself heroically. Except that he doesn't, and he didn't really do much in that game, so it's like, what the fuck ever. But hey, he plays Mad World, that makes everything fucking sad. And so then they go, and there was some bullshit with some Ash people. And then there was a bit with a submarine. I don't know, I just kind of lost interest at that point. Let's just fast forward to the part where they go to Marcus's dad, the greatest fucking character ever written, there ever was, at anything, at any point in time. Marcus's dad! Okay, so they meet up in Marcus's dad island, and they kill more albinos, and then they finally reunite with Marcus's dad, and it was all very touching, except that it wasn't touching, and it was completely hollow. So Marcus's dad built an EMP thing that'll kill all the albinos, but then the Locust Queen shows up on her giant horsefly, and it shoots lasers out its eyes. And so then one of the Carmine brothers that fucking dies all the time, but the third one's somehow more awesome, he comes in, shoots her down, and then the EMP thing goes off, and then Marcus's dad disintegrates for some reason, I don't know. Yeah, so then anyway, the queen shows up and starts talking as all the locusts and all the glowy things are being destroyed. Oh yeah, all the albinos are called locusts. Once again, like this lovely fellow right here. Me and him are good friends. So then afterwards, she keeps talking about some shit, and then Marcus stabs her. And then one of the girl Gears of War touches Marcus's arm after everything's all happy ending. Fuck, that's hot. Wait a minute. Was she the love interest in that whole thing? What the fuck? When the fuck did that happen? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on in this piece of shit game? I want to read books about this. Marcus's dad.